So if you haven't heard already, the United States government shut down a tour-operated site called the Silk Road. Now the Silk Road was really a way for people to sell illegal drugs, be that it's just simple, weed, all the way up to acid or even more hardcore level drugs. Now the predecessors to the Silk Road weren't really very good at it because they didn't have a way for funds to be exchanged. Bitcoin kind of gave it that edge. Bitcoin gave the Silk Road a way for payments to be sent pretty much anonymously throughout a network of, peer-to-peer drug lords or drug changers or however you want to look at it. Now, the argument was when the Silk Road got shut down by the feds, everybody was freaking out saying, oh man, this is 90% of Bitcoins, trading Bitcoin is just screwed. They're over with. And that's not really the case because, initially we saw the price go down a little bit, but then the prices went up. And I think right now it's like at 193. I mean, that's a pretty good price, seeing how it used to be at 150, 140, 120, that range with the Silk Road operational. So is the Silk Road allowing Bitcoin to, let off the weights on its shoulder and just excel way beyond the price that we thought it was able to be at? I don't know. But here's some statistics. The balance in the Silk Road account is actually 111,114.6 Bitcoins with some odd Bitcoin cents. Now, this is the interesting thing. People have said, oh, you can't link this to this guy. Wrong. There's a guy, and I'll post a picture somewhere around here, and I was reading on the forums, and it was really, really informative. And whoever this user is, props to you. You're an intelligent, very well thought out guy who does great investigation work. He went through and linked like 6 or 7 accounts backwards of where they knew this guy was using this fund account of Bitcoin for the Silk Road, and he linked it to this account that we believe has been seized by the federal government, the United States federal government. But the question is, does the federal government have access to this account? And that brings up a really interesting question. We don't know. We think that they probably do, or that he'll, in some kind of plea bargain, that he'll give up the private key or the USB stick or whatever, however he stored these Bitcoins to the feds, that hopefully kind of save him from getting longer imprisonment, if that's even a possibility. I mean, he's facing some pretty big charges right now, so we really don't know what's going to happen. But I think, in all honesty, this is a good move for Bitcoin. It's, people associated Bitcoin with the drugs a lot here recently, as it's, came to fame. And for Bitcoin to succeed, we need to be looked at more as a monetary system, a very complex but very, good monetary system that rivals that of the current monetary systems of the, first and second class world countries. And so it becomes a question of, do we want the drug market to hold Bitcoin back, or are we going to let the Bitcoin market go free? And yeah, Bitcoin's going to be used for drugs, just like the USD is used for drugs, just like the euro is used for drugs, or any currency out there. But now that it isn't necessarily, and people were saying 90% are used for drugs. Well, we found out that's not true. So that's pretty awesome. Another just quick fact, real quick. The 111,000 Bitcoins that we know are in the account seized by the federal government right now is actually, because there's only like 12 million Bitcoins out right now, you have the 21 million possible that will eventually be produced. That makes it about 1% of all Bitcoins are seized in that one account that are created right now. I mean, it blows my mind. It's crazy. 1% of all Bitcoins. So there's a question too: however you want to say it, are the feds going to take this, money, and are they just going to sell the Bitcoins on the open market, which we don't know what that'll do to the price, or will they sit on them, or will this guy just never give up the private code, spend the rest of his life in prison, or give this code to someone else, and those funds will get used? We really don't know yet, and it'll be a really interesting question to pose and see what the answer is.